Hello everybody and welcome back. What was that explosion? Welcome back to the labs. I am Toasty and thank you for joining me here for InfinityLabs Season 2, hanging out on the official InfinityLabs server, playing our RR3-ish pack. Picking some crazy amounts of nether wart. What up? Nether wart, nether wart. Where did you all go? Nether wart, nether wart. This is my song about a wart. We have done some stuff, as you can see by the structure over here. I've actually done some work. I don't know why that came out like that. On a couple of things. One, my computer. Trying to just doing some exploratory work on my computer. Trying to figure out a way to get a lot of this graininess to stop being stupid. A lot of the videos lately I've had this sort of like odd grain that you guys can't see, but actually corresponds to my CPU working. And so I get this, well, it's because of my CPU. That's why it happens. That's the way that the encoder handles a high CPU load, unfortunately. But I've been playing with some stuff to hopefully fix that. And I've been doing some tests and it hopefully gets better. But I am aware of it and I am working on it, so I do apologize if that's been bothering anybody. Nobody's really said anything yet, but I know it's been bad a couple times. So, what is it? Beside the exploring on my computer, I have done some work in the world. And in fact, I even thought about the checklist a little. One of the things we talked about was upgraded storage capacity, and we have done that a little bit. If we, come on, in there, see, that's a brand new drive right there. Well, it's not that big of a deal, though, because it's not really what I meant by this, so we can't take that off. But we've upgraded our storage capacity for this and for energy, which we looked at last time, and I'll give you guys a status update on that momentarily. We have not finished building. We've not really automated the bees. I tried to, actually, and just like little conceptual ideas there. It didn't work at all. We don't really have an ender pearl farm, but I have sort of one set up, and you'll see why. And then the plastic farm for dyes. So, hoyo, recording. Sup with you? One thing that I've done though is this farm, which we'll talk about in a second. But let's just take a quick check on here. Boom, 5.9 giga RF loading up in here, and it was at 3 point something about 6 hours ago. So the next thing I did after upgrading our energy output by another 8, I think I added 8 hydrogen or gas power generators. They're still hydrogen generators to me. I don't know why. But we are still producing a surplus of ethylene. Let's take a look down here. Yeah, still producing a surplus of ethylene. Did I just see a zombie? That was weird. It shouldn't happen with my magnet torch. I also rewired down here a little bit. I cleaned up some of the extra stuff. I'm gonna drop it down one more layer, I think. But before, what we had was everything that was to do with power generation was on the line somewhere in the middle of coming to fill up the induction matrix, right? So it was never like, it would go to power that and put some energy in the induction matrix, and then it would come out and go to the rest of our base. Now, all of the power that's coming off of the gas generators is going in here, and everything else is coming out. And I started to get kind of worried that we might be, I always do this, I get worried that we're producing or coming to the maximum bandwidth of a cable. Look, how do I get out of here? Yeah, I'm stuck. Okay. Maximum bandwidth of a cable. I did some quick maths. We're producing approximately 7,500 RF per tick with these generators, which is, it may not sound like a lot, but the work that we've put into creating this system and how easily expandable it is amazing. And it's so, we can go further with this. And I've done some work so that we can continue to go further until I have the stuff to make a mechanism reactor. At least that's the hope. Anywho, What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So now everything is coming off of this, and the output rate, let's see, we got a medium induction thingy. Advanced induction provider, which is 204,000 RF per tick that it can provide. And we're using the ultimate cables pretty much everywhere except for to power that farm. And the ultimate cables can transfer 128,000 RF per tick. So we're nowhere near touching our max capacity, which is good. We actually might be going down this line. There's no way for me to really measure that right now, though. There will be eventually, I think. All right, so to this. Man, it's dark in there. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. I haven't completed this yet. This is a very interesting design. I've never done something quite this odd before, but I like it. It's just this gray Tyrian block box. We've got some dark glass, which I'm going to put a bit of ethereal dark glass right here eventually that I can walk through in case I have to. But in here is just a floor of cursed earth. Now, I picked up the cursed earth from the division sigil activation, quote unquote. And then on top of all of that, I had to make sure, I don't know if you guys know this, but the cursed earth, it spreads, right? So I put one block of cursed earth down, which means we still have about 20 in our inventory. And this was all regular dirt on the inside here. So this will just spawn mobs, right? And I can put some lights on here that I can turn on and off. The mob spawning will stop when the lights turn on. So I got to set up that off switch first, that kill switch. And then behind here, if we go look, I don't know where... There it is. Behind here we have a mob grinder from from Draconic Evolution, which we haven't really gotten into yet. But Draconic Evolution is simply a Draconium ingot, or sorry, the mob grinder. Draconic core, which is 4 ingots, some gold, some diamonds. Not that big of a deal for us. And of course, a couple diamond swords. Like, it's a pretty simple recipe. And all it does is you give it power, you can give it fuel. There's actually a slot right here for fuel or something like that that goes away when it detects a power input, which is pretty awesome. And it just kills things. It's like the simplest and the best auto killer I've found in this pack so far, as far as a hybrid simple and best. So then we have injection tube, which you guys know I love by now, and an advanced item collector, which you haven't seen this series, which I have been using. Basically, you set a radius and it'll just pick everything up. So I chuck you out, it'll go in there, and it goes down the pipes. Gotta love that tint, huh? So that's our basic mob farm, and what we've been getting is pretty cool. So this pipe actually just comes around, hits this junction and goes like this, and then eventually, just so it would keep running and I could fill up stacks of things, there's a restriction tube that is allowing items to come here. Boy, those generators are loud, aren't they? Okay, so here's what we've got going on. We're obviously getting a whole bunch. We got ender pearls in here, so we're getting enderman. Apparently we're getting slimes as well somehow. I don't know what's dropping those. Getting lots of practicalities aspects, which are new for me to have to filter. I've never had to worry about them before. Getting bones, we're getting skeletons, zombies, creepers, and then obviously armors and bows and things like that. Glowstone, that's an interesting one, as is redstone, bottles, and sugar. We're getting spiders. Apparently we have a chicken somehow. And the witch hat kind of solidifies where we're getting the glowstone, sugar, and bottles from, but we are getting them from witches that are spawning here as well. Now, witches don't appear to drop soul aspects. Now, this has not been running for a few hours, and it's already filled all this up. So it's a pretty good mob farm. I mean, but the reason I've come into these chests here like this is because these will be an ender chest, a single ender chest, eventually. The reason I like to do this is because it lets things run without making a mess, and you get to see what kind of things are gonna be dropped that I need to worry about. Because as you guys can tell, there's a lot of stacks of things in here that I don't need clogging up my inventory. I do need bones, I do need gunpowder, stuff like that. But I don't need, for example, 100 bows. And I don't need all the armor and stuff like that. So we're going to start to filter all of this stuff out. And that way, we have a system that'll be effective in resource gathering. I have just spent so much of my precious niter, I guess. I mean, we get loads of niter, but I spent a lot of inventory today. A lot of resources making a bunch more lily pads of fertility. We come over here. We can see that we are stocked full on this, and this is what I was actually waiting for to happen. Basically, we're on a bottleneck in production of stuff as far as hydrogen goes. But how is this a bottleneck? I don't understand. Why are you not producing ethylene still? Well, this is interesting. I'm glad I came to look at this. Huh. It looks like we're not getting any hydrogen in here, which is really strange. What do we have in here right now? This is hydrogen. What is in this pipe? I can't really tell. It doesn't look like hydrogen, does it? It does seem to have output some ethylene into this pipe almost instantly. Why is it doing that? Gases in, output that direction. How is this turning into ethylene? Well, I tell you what. Here's what we'll do. Just plop that on there real quick. Put it on push. Put you on pull, and hopefully that helps to deter the ethylene from bleeding up top. That's really bizarre. This isn't going to help my control test at all. I don't know what would have caused that to start happening, but we probably have a good amount of... Yeah, we have a lot of wheat down here. Holy cow. And the reason would be is I've done a lot of lily pads. All of these lily pads are lily pads of fertility, which means we grow crops fast. Really fast, like stupid fast. And let's take a good gander here. We still got lots of fertilizer, not much at all. Wow, it really goes through that stuff fast. Much better. Let's make some more industrial fertilizer. This stuff is easy to make. No, sorry, it's just called fertilizer. I do that every time. Fertilizer. It's the blue stuff. I don't know what this is. Sand. Apatite. Makes a lot. I'm probably gonna run out of sand here in a second. Oh, sweet. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me. Alright, so that should handle us for a long while. Meanwhile, we are cooking up some wheat, are we not? Fine viewers. 401 stacks is roughly halfway full. 401 out of 832. That's not bad. We're also cooking up a storm there. So we're going to be producing a lot. I'm hoping our hydrogen production can actually keep up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to. So long as there is biofuel, this will struggle with hydrogen, and that's our biggest bottleneck. Just kind of makes me wonder, what is the best way to get hydrogen? Sodium and chlorine I get from brine. Well, that'll be handy later. Hydrogen and oxygen I get from water. And then oxygen I get from heavy water. I can get from liquid hydrogen. I can get from nothing. Okay, so this is literally the only way to get it. It's kind of poopy, but we'll be all right for now, I guess. All right, so that's gonna cruise along. Meanwhile, we are making so much ethylene. It's crazy. Look at that. That's just good stuff right there. So we could stand to bump up these generators a little bit further and increase the input into here, but we don't really need to, and that's the thing. Like, I want to make it better just because, but I don't need to at all. What I need to do is work on the checklist, which we've got a sort of an ender pearl farm. All right, we're back, and I don't even remember what I was talking about. A couple things happened that I had to tend to. So, you can see a little bit better in here now, actually, just because it's daytime and it's not a blood moon. So you can see the cursed earth and the glowiness and the mobs spawning and dying. It's not a large area. It really doesn't have to be. There is a couple blocks thick worth of Tyrian underneath these. Because the cursed earth has a tendency to spread farther than I would like, and I'm always paranoid of that. It can just spread to dirt and go, and then you realize you dig down and you have a layer of cursed earth surrounding your base that you didn't know about. So that's always kind of rough. But we had made this netherwort farm to help with our lily pad growth, which as we come down here, we'll see. Okay, we've got a tier 3 crafter. Huh, frozen, there we go. And in the tier 3 crafter, we put lily pads, we put some vials of water, we put gunpowder, netherwort, bone meal, that kind of thing, and we can get our way up to the lily pad of fertility. Fertility, which is why we are able to make so much. Let's check on this. I haven't actually seen this recently. 44 block. All right. So, this is going real nice now. I can pull that dirt out soon, I think. We do need to make a couple more of these bad boys. And I haven't quite decided if I want to make them all out of stone brick or not. I would love to make them out of quartz, but I would have to get the quartz. The other thing that I've done a whole bunch of since last time we spoke was I worked my way manually through a whole bunch of these ores. So you'll see that like we really only have a large amount of redstone and coal. That's because I went through the the dense ores and the diamond and stuff like that I did have lots of, and pretty simply got out ye old builder's wand, put away ye old configurator, and got out the new guy, ye destruction pickaxe, and did this for a while, a long while, a long while ago. I broke some ores with my pickaxe, but I had to make a new one. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. We've changed the frequency of our ender pouch as well to be that ender chest, because that way it gets sorted if it needs to, and then makes its way out. So I had to make a new pickaxe because, if you remember correctly, the pickaxe that we had before our Manilian one had, what do you call it? Auto smelt on it, and that was no bueno, but it had fortune as well. So when it came to doing things like redstone and diamond, not a problem. I could use that with my full fortune 3. But when it came to doing things like coal and dense ores, dense iron, dense gold, that kind of thing, I could butterfly. Oh. is so majestic. Look at it flying past the windmills. Past the weird world border. It's gone. Yeah, so it came a problem because it would cook them as well, and I didn't want that to happen. I wanted it to be 3 times multiplied at the very, very, very least. So we had to make ourselves a new pickaxe, and I made a dark steel one and threw fortune on there. Set up a little machiney-do over here to take care of that business for me, and realized the dark steel one with the only upgrade on it was a vibrant capacitor. And if you want to know more about those upgrades, definitely go watch Mech Station, because I used the dark steel stuff for a very long time. I didn't, not a vibrant capacitor, I only added a, the crystal that lets you start the upgrade system, because that's what adds the first tier of energy. So it wasn't like it was fully upgraded or anything. I've done this already so many times. But what I did do was it ran through that system so fast. I was using that autonomous activator and this block placer with a hopping barrel that was just, so it would go pop, poop, plomp, click, floop, and it would get all sucked up. Basically, this system here was over here. And it was going through the dark steel pick so quickly, energy-wise, I had to keep like refilling it. And you'd really think that with the autonomous activators and the new internal energy buffer they require for some strange reason, they would charge items inside of them. Like, that makes sense to me. But maybe that's coming. Anyways, so I needed something that was unbreakable. Destruction pickaxe, 3 unstable ingots, a couple obsidian, not bad, completely invulnerable to damage, and you can enchant it. So I put some, I put unbreaking on there just because I couldn't remember if it was efficiency or unbreaking that made it dig faster. Maybe it's neither, but it definitely sped up after enchanting it, so it's got to be one of those two. And now I'm using that to sort of crush through it manually. So we went through a good 1,000 bone meal or so, which we used our pneumaticraft seeds to make, which is because there's a dye, and the flying flower seeds make dye, or the pneumaticraft seeds make dye, and the flying flower seeds make stuff happen. So that was pretty awesome. But one thing that was kind of sad, you know, I'm wondering. We'll just leave it for now. But I don't have a lot of them left. And so I will need to start a farm for those relatively soon. But that was what I went through so much getting this ready to do our lily pads. And I think I went a little overboard with them. I haven't done much of the potatoes because I don't really need it to speed up on potatoes. I did want it to speed up on wheat, though. Wheat. Let's see how we're doing here. Still struggling. Still got way too much wheat. Oh. Poop. Come on, get up there. Get in your spot. Oh, come on. Yes. Okay, so I want to do something else we talked about real quick. This doesn't really have anything to do with what I was just showing you guys, but I have these XP bushes that I'm feeling like we need to do something with. Come on. There it is. Nope. Not the forestry one. Yeah, there we go. I think I need 8 of these, and then I need 8 chests, and then I need 4 of these bad boys. We should have the pistons. We're actually starting to run low on pistons. The thermal expansion recipes are not shift clicking in AE anymore at all. Really kind of annoying. Chest. Coil, I guess they're called. And piston. It's got 4 of these. Well, apparently we're getting 5. Whoops. These guys go in here. Stop. stabbing me bushes. Now my, oh, I forgot these stupid things need power. No, right click's fine. Right click, all of them, not an issue. Okay. Why do these need power? Whose idea was that? I think... Let's see what kind of power cables we have. We've got a couple advanced, a couple ultimate, and some more ultimate. Looks like we're using ultimate for this. Because why not? This was never going to be a thing that I cared about, but... Well, not that I didn't care about, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah. We're going to run a cable below our enchanting area here. And if I'm not mistaken, that cable should... Perfect. Woo! Okay, it's not going to have to go as far as I thought. Oh, shoot. Ah! Bit of a hole there. And there we go. Boom, bam. So the thing is, these need to be collected... from pretty much everywhere over here, right? And they're not as they are. That's fine. Here's the deal. Pick this thing up. We might add another bush at some point, so we'll put that there. We'll say items go away. We'll say XP, go up top. And this will actually go back here. And we'll do first slot only is probably going to be okay. And an input. Now, hopefully, this should start filling up. I believe they drop XP. I'm not like 190% sure. But I'm pretty sure that when these guys pick things up, they do drop experience. Or, sorry, when you right-click the... Oh no, not those. No, 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 no. When they pick up the experience baubles and you use them with the autonomous activators, that they do drop experience somewhere. Oh yeah, see, I'm getting experience. So over time, actually put this here for no, that might be in the way. No, 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 no. Bad. We'll actually put the XP out the back. Perfect. So we'll let that build up, and then like overnight and over time. Ooh, you know, I wonder. Do I not have a bucket anywhere? Where are all of my buckets? And there we go. Pick you up. Why don't we go ahead and borrow you? What? Oh, you know what? I bet the item collector got him. That's fine. Just borrow this one. Eh. Just kind of thinking out loud here. I don't know if these work on something that's actually a block lower. That'd be an interesting thing to figure out now, wouldn't it? Do they work better in the day? I don't know. Well, I'll just let this be then, because I'm pretty sure this isn't going to do what I want it to. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to make it lower. This is silly. Silly, silly. Ah! Oh, nice. Okay. Alright, let's hope that works. They may not work on those bushes. I bet they don't. For whatever reason, it just strikes me as the kind of thing that the Tinker's person would put in. Just chuck up some of here. Well, not chuck up, but wait. What? Now, I wanted to show you guys how far the quarry has gotten as well. It's been cruising along. Whee! So we got a couple chunks, it looks like. Maybe just one chunk. Now, it doesn't need the whole chunk, obviously, if that's where your like start and end points are in the middle of it. But you can see that it's done roughly one chunk. A little bit less than one chunk. All the way up, and almost two chunks all the way up. So it's got quite a bit to go, and I don't know how many chunks I really have to work with here. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think I passed it ages ago. Oh boy. Let's go back. Woo. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So let's do this. So we'll say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Roughly, it's got 9 more to do. That's not too bad. Well, not 9 chunks. 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 9 by 15 is a number that is big. 135 chunks, I think. What do you want, zombie? You got some health. Good night. Now, where's our exit? You can turn this off now. It's probably kind of annoying. All right. Okay. So let's try and get out of this dark and depressing place. And go take a look at our storage and resource capacity after a full day. It's been a little bit more than a full day, I think, of mining. So, ingot-wise, we got 3 times, right? So we're doing pretty good on that. We've got some battles going on between our uranium and our yellorium, but it looks like the yellorium is getting the most of the results. Run low on gold because I had to spend a whole bunch of it making that storage thingy. And it looks like it may be time to upgrade our pick. Ooh, that's got a nice texture. But we'll probably work on that next episode, as well as we got ourselves a basic ender pearl farm and a little bit of upgraded storage capacity. We'll try and cut these 2 off the board next time as we go over a sorting system that I'll be putting together off camera a little bit for our chests of multiple things. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, hang up with that on the way out, and we'll see you next time. Deuces!